All right. Let's talk New York sports world. A lot of things going on. I think we start with basketball.
A lot of positive things in different ways. I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah, I would say so. Obviously, James Harden has been officially traded to the New Jersey Nets, and he's now played 2 games with Kevin Durant in the squad so far.
Killing it,
Yeah,
killing it.
man. Wait, hold on. What is that?
Oh,
We
here
we
we
have
go.
a live audio feed of James Harden attempting to negotiate his way out of Houston.
I have something to tell you. I'm not quite sure how to say
Oh,
this. I'm fat.
okay. Uh, so look, you're the resident Nets fan. I'll just say I love Harden and Durant together. Might be the best duo in the league, straight up. With Klay Thompson hurt, it might be the best duo in the league. I equally hate Kyrie Irving being added to the mix there.
Oh
Speak on it.
man, that guy. He finally spoke today, man.
Yeah, he did.
He finally spoke and opened his mouth and basically told everybody, "Mind your damn business."
Look, you know what? There was always an aspect of this that I kind of always did think like you got to be careful with this because he's the type of dude to purposely and he has every right if it's his personal information, right? But he's the type of dude to purposely say nothing so that
Yeah,
a bunch of media talking heads will go in on him and make an embarrassment of themselves so that he could come back later and tell you that he had a family emergency and now you look like an idiot and he's
yeah.
just a private guy so he didn't
Huh?
want to tell you that. Fuck you. Suck my dick, Kyrie Irving. How about that? Let me tell you something. This is the honest truth. This is the honest truth. I've always said it. I will always say it. Kyrie Irving can absolutely ball. But he is literally the living embodiment of an NBA team suffering from cancer of the asshole. If the Nets knew what was good for them, they'd trade him for as many pieces as possible, maintain, obviously, KD and Harden, and surround them with the depth that you gave away in the Harden deal.
Yeah, man.
That'd be the smart move. I don't care what nobody says.
I'm not. Hey, let's see what happens. They play tomorrow night, I believe.
You know what?
We'll see what happens.
They will stand by him, Durant and Harden, more than they should. And that'll be the death of them in some sense. Like,
It's
I really
crazy.
believe it.
It's crazy how they stood by, but I mean, I guess you have to. I
Yeah,
guess
you
you have to.
absolutely have to. You
It,
absolutely have to. But I don't care what nobody says. Read between the lines. KD and Harden went to bed both nights. Maybe KD more so even than Harden. Even this early on in the season already knows. Wow, that was a lot more fun than playing with Kyrie. I watched it.
yeah,
I watched it because KD is special. He's the one player of them who doesn't need to have the ball in his hands. You could just throw this guy the ball in any scenario on a basketball court and he's putting it in. There's no stopping him.
uh,
And
yep.
he could stand out on the outside, it doesn't matter. He could not shoot all night, doesn't matter. He's lights out. But Harden and Kyrie are essentially the same guy in some sense. It depends on which one you like better. Both of them play defense. James
Yeah,
Harden a little bit more respectable on that end lately, but so defense. They're both absolute ballers on the offensive side of the court. Nobody could stop either one of them. Unreal getting to the rack, an amazing jump shot. But what happens when like we've seen Kevin Durant play off the ball and play with the Splash Brothers, the most unselfish team of superstars I've ever seen, pass the ball around and do all these things. But like, what 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 does James Harden do when Kyrie has the ball, and what does Kyrie do when Harden has the ball?
Well, I don't think the shot clock makes its way under 13.
They almost have to. They have to.
It's
Like,
going to be running gun all night, and it's just going to be each of them taking their turns, man.
which could be deadly. It could be deadly. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like
I don't want to speak negatively on it until I see it. But that duo of KD and Harden,
oh man, it's so good.
Look real good.
They literally, I'm telling you, bro. If they imagine how unrealistically good they would be if they could. I would challenge. There may not be too many teams in the league. I don't care what you say, as talented as he is. I think there's not too many teams in the league willing to take on that Kyrie Irving burden right now.
Yeah.
But like, man, you almost have to say like he could still pull a pretty big, pull for the team in the trade. And like, imagine, like, just put it this way: keep the Nets as they were constructed previously, and just trade Kyrie for Harden.
Yeah.
Oh man, with that depth and having Jared Allen off the bench, I mean,
been great.
Now,
hey, but it's a good thing that happened. You see my boy Karis LeVert, man.
Yo,
that honestly probably saved his life, bro. It's crazy, yo. It just shows you, man. Even if you don't want to, it doesn't make any sense. You got to get checked out at the doctor, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
Got to. Any little thing, man. You got to go.
That was not all right. Two statements on that. One, heartfelt. That is really fucking sad, and I'm just so thankful that he actually did get traded so he could get checked out.
Right.
Second take, completely heartless. The Pacers, kind of. I mean, do we get anything for that? I don't mean to say we. I don't mean to say we as if like I'm the Pacers, but like, and I don't mean to speak on this, but I'm the guy who's going to give you the honest take. And no one else wants to say this. It's ugly in the face of what Karis LeVert is facing, and 100%. But they just gave away Victor Oladipo for nothing.
Nah, because they know
Can
what
we
they about to
revisit
get.
That deal?
Nah, they know what they about to get with Karis LeVert, man.
Yeah, that's true. And I like that kid. I think he's gonna be good. But man, think about it. Him, Jared Allen, look at them now. Your boy, the $40 million friend. That's his new name. His official nickname. Just putting it out there now. I told you I was gonna make nicknames. DeAndre Jordan has been erased from the book. He is now called the $40 million friend.
Oh, he played a little bit last night.
He plays a little bit. And you know what? Here's the problem, though. He's always been foul prone. He will get you some rebounds. He will finish some putbacks. He will finish some alley-oops. Make it look flashy. When he's on the court, he's pretty solid. And he's still pretty young, actually.
Man, what you talking about? He had him a little double yesterday.
100%, because that's what he does. That's what he does. But my man gets 2 fouls early. Tell me who comes off to play center after him.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, let me tell you something. In the NBA Finals, if not in the conference finals against the Bucks, either Giannis or LeBron, if they know it's good for them, will target the hole immediately to get DeAndre Jordan in foul trouble. After that, open season. Open season. And once you do that, like, who's guarding these guys, Because, like, Kyrie's great and all, but he's basically a non-factor when we talk about who's guarding LeBron and AD. Right. If you put Durant on AD, because I like to give him a lot of respect that I think people don't give him on defense. I think Durant is real solid on defense. If you put him on AD, which would be quite a task because he is just too skinny for that. But if you did, who guards LeBron? Like, Kyrie might have to sit on James Harden's shoulders to make that work. Straight up.
I mean, your boy Jeff Green will play a little bit of D on him. You got to go with what you got.
This man said Jeff Green.
You got to go with what you got.
This man said Jeff Green. If we had listeners and they were from Boston, they'd be making comments about that right now. My man said Jeff Green. I thought that was cute when the Nets posted that thing on Instagram because they showed their new starting five, and you get so blinded by seeing Durant, Harden, and Kyrie that. And I respect Joe Harris too. That's an awesome piece to have with those guys, like a lights out shooter who don't want the ball, just sit on the outside. And I mean, Jesus Christ, you better lead the league in threes because they can't double anybody because everybody's worth it on the offensive end. And you're gonna be like the fourth option, so you're right there. But was that Jeff Green? What position was he playing? Center?
I believe
because the resident Nets fan just told me that's who's coming in for DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, who else do they got? Who else they got?
You understand? I'm talking about playing against Anthony Davis. You're talking about Jeff Green?
Hey, it's totally different.
Jeff Green, Jeff Blue, Jeff White.
White.
Bring them all with you.
Shout out Jeff White.
Bring them all with you.
I know some Jeff White.
Ain't none of them stopping Anthony Davis. And that is the conversation to be had prior to talking about LeBron James. Stop it. I think trade Kyrie. Listen, even Kevin Durant got to know by now. I watched him sit on the sideline like, oh, fuck. We're back with Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
What didn't make it work in Oklahoma City? What was the difference?
Harden told you they were young, man.
They were young.
They grown men now.
Was it? Was that it?
That's what he said, bro. I'm going to ride with it.
Because they still got to the final. So I would challenge that and say, bullshit. If you had Chris Paul instead of Russell Westbrook, y'all would have won that finals in 2012. If you had Rajon Rondo over Russell Westbrook, y'all would have won that finals in 2012. You know why? Because both of those guys would play defense and facilitate just as good, if not better, as Russell Westbrook. But they would understand that as skilled as they are, that is Kevin Durant standing over there.
Yeah.
Get him the ball.
Yep.
My man is an automatic. Yo, there's certain players in the league who, no matter what, they're like an automatic 20, right? Like they're just getting past 20 points.
Easy. Durant
is that at 30.
Mm-hmm.
He's an easy 30. He's having an off night, 5 for 17 shooting with 32 points. That's what he is. And that's few and far between. Because when he was on the Warriors, he was more like 12 or 14 for 40. Like, the man is unreal. Let him do his thing. Kyrie's never going to let him do that. And now, that's before we got to talking about James Harden. Call me a hater, but I'm putting it on the books now. It's not going to work. It's not going to work because of Kyrie Irving. And you will see that.
Give him a game, bro.
Nope. I've given him too much. I read between the lines all the time. I never just read what the media is telling me. I take bits and pieces from it. I watch body language. This is why I'm so good at picking fights. I'm like a body language expert. I swear to God, right? That's why how many times I tell you, I got to see the weigh-ins. I almost want to see the face-offs. I almost want to see them step. If they let me bet up until the point right before dudes was about to touch fists, Vegas would ban me. Challenge me. Let's watch a full fight card.
You know I ain't challenging you.
And I will pick.
Guru calls a fight. You lock it up.
I won't pick them until I see them step into the octagon. I'll know right from there. I'm a body language expert, bro. And at the end of the day, I've seen Kyrie rip through that situation with LeBron, mess that all up, then go to Boston and literally make a group of young kids who were all rookies the year before play worse. And then you say, well, who knows, man? Maybe they just didn't grow into everything we thought they did. Maybe they had a crazy year the year before. Nah, Kyrie leaves and they get right back to the same conference finals that they were at the year before Kyrie was there.
Yeah.
He is cancer of the asshole.
Maybe
He
he's
eats you
got
from
enough
inside out.
He's got enough sage this year, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm
He don't have
I'm
enough
hoping you're wrong.
sage in the world.
I'm hoping you're wrong.
Listen.
Me and my pockets is hoping you're wrong.
Listen, at the end of the day, my Knicks, while up and coming, and we could, make that flawless transition quickly.
Oh, they've been killing it.
They're back up on the upswing again, which I'm surprised about because I saw they started slow, then I saw the upswing, then I saw the decline. I said, well, that was fast, but that was very Knicks like. Okay, there we go. And now all of a sudden they're playing well again. I love it. I love it.
This will be a good test for them, bro. They're going up against the Warriors on Thursday.
Look, they're young, they're hungry,
yeah,
they're willing to work hard.
Could you run with the Warriors?
You can't ask much more.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can, but we'll see. No, they don't have anybody nearly as good as Steph Curry, so I don't know. And that's usually what decides games in the NBA. But they've played hard. I love to see it. This is what leads to players wanting to come and complete this puzzle.
Yeah.
You make a 7 seed, you make a 6 seed with an unexpected roster of drafted guys that are young and up and coming, and all of a sudden you get a guy who's got a little more heart than some of the more recent free agents we've seen, who's willing to take on that burden and say, yo, I'm going into the Garden, I'm gonna make the Knicks great. You know what I want to see? I want to see a player who for once in their career says, you know how everybody loves playing at the Garden? Not no more. Because I'm here. I love playing at the Garden, but y'all not anymore. That is what we're missing in the league today. That's that Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, fiery that none of these players got. But who knows? Things come and go in waves. Right now, we're in a wave of, let's just not talk about that. I don't want to get canceled. But we're on that wave. I hope the wave moves the other way because the Knicks are young. They're playing tough. They're not going to do nothing because there's only like 3 or 4 teams in the NBA who could win every year. But I'll take it. If I get to see a playoff game, I don't care if they get swept. If I get to see a playoff game, I will be a happy Knicks fan this year. And you know what? Revisionist history. Don't get me wrong. I would absolutely, let's full disclaimer, I would take Kyrie Irving to get Kevin Durant. But the one benefit of not getting Kevin Durant, the one silver lining of not getting Kevin Durant was also not having to sign Kyrie Irving with him. There's a couple young players I like on this team, and I have no interest in seeing Kyrie Irving destroy them.